think that I was going to get fired. But here we are. Alright. I have no fucking idea what to do with this. My boss hasn't always been my boss. He only joined the company a few months ago. Now, he's a nice dude, but there's a couple of rules that he instilled that I'm just not super sure about. And the reason I got fired is because I argued about one of those rules. Anyway, I'm usually on a till. I'm usually counting money. People, what am I saying? That's what you do on a till. People come up, they order cigarettes, they pay for food, they buy milk. They usually hand me cash or a card and then they leave. In case you've never interacted with, essential workers. If I'm so essential, why'd I get fired? Anyway, my boss. Like I said, he's a nice guy, but there's a new rule that he implemented that he got approved by through corporate. I didn't really see the point of the rule. It wasn't a dumb rule. It was basically that you had a 3 strikes situation when it came to your till being over or short. Now, if your till was short by more than $2, you got talking to. If it was short by more than $5, you got written up. Short by more than 10, you got written up, and any more than that, you got fired. Now, I'm bad at math, but I'm not that bad at math. Sometimes my drawer would be short by a couple of cents or sometimes $1, but usually when the boss man was doing the work at the end of the day, he could figure out where the money went. Sometimes I would forget to log a lottery ticket, sometimes I miscounted and a couple of bills stuck together. Sometimes people gave us Canada quarters, and everyone knows Canada's not a real country anyway. But they've been really, really, really short on staffing lately. And I've been in quarantine, but they really needed the help. So I go in, I hop on a till. They only needed me for like 4 hours. At the end of it, at the end of this really brief shift, I count down my drawer. Everything looks good. I close down. I head home for the night. Today, I get a phone call from my boss saying he needs me to come in so that we can talk, and I walk in my N95 mask. I've got gloves on. I go, oh god, I'm gonna have to burn all my clothes when I get home. I don't want to do that. I like this shirt. And I go in, and there's my boss. He calls me into the back, and he sits down. And I go, okay, what was so important that you needed to talk to me face to face? And he says to me, this nice human who has been super understanding about my self-quarantine and only asked me to come in because they were screwed if they didn't have somebody else come in. They couldn't get anybody from another store. They couldn't get anybody to come in on their day off. Somebody quit. We got one person in the hospital. They needed me. That's the only reason I was there. And Will, my boss, looks at me and he goes, alright, so, the problem is your till was short. My till was short? Okay, why did you need to bring me in? To talk about a till? The problem is, this is the 3rd or 4th time it's happened. I don't want to write you up because you're a good worker and you're good at what you do. But we need to figure something out. Do you have any idea where the money went? And I look at him, no, I have no idea. I don't... You brought me out of quarantine for this shit. I said that. He's used to me swearing my head off. He thinks it's funny because he's so much fucking taller than me. But he isn't trying to be funny. He looks at me and he goes, look, we need to figure out where the missing money is, otherwise I'm gonna have to write you up, and if we do that, then you'll be one of the first people to be let go if we end up closing down. We can't afford to have all these people. He says this after someone is in the hospital and somebody else quit. Did I mention that he's new at this? Anyway, I'm like, well, I don't want to get fired. What are my options? Well, and this is just between you and me, if you gave me the missing money out of your pocket, then I could say that it was a misunderstanding. We can sort it out. Nobody has to know what happened up at corporate. I'm like, ugh, great. Alright. I can do that. I've got cash on me. How much do you need? And my boss looks over at me, and he goes, I'm gonna need about $350. Well, it was about that time that I realized my boss was actually a 50-foot-tall crustacean from the Mesozoic era. Holy shit, it's the Loch Ness Monster. What the fuck, how didn't I notice this before? I'm not giving you no damn $350. I yelled $350. I'm not giving you no damn $350. Anyway, that's how I got fired. I'm not giving anybody $350. Goddamn Loch Ness Monster.